What's up, Giants fans, Hub watchers, YouTube and Rumble subscribers, Twitter and Instagram followers? It's Kush back at it again with another New York Giants update video. So the combine is over. It's been over for a day now. Over the past weekend, we had the NFL prospects, at least those that accepted their invites to the combine, go out there, work out, put some athletic numbers up there, put some measurement numbers up there as a tool to be used to, kind of finish off the evaluation process on these guys. The combine is like one of the last steps. I think pro days is what you could count as like the official last step in the evaluation process, where you just use it to solidify where you have players ranked, how you have them ranked, and it's very rarely that you see those rankings change. And I bring that up, of course, because there were certain groups during the combines that had just amazing, I would use the term breakout type of performances there that caught everybody's eyes. I think the most popular one, at least for me, was the defensive tackle group. You had Jordan Davis, a man at like 300, nearly 350 pounds, running like a sub 540 speed. He was running faster than some running backs, and that's just crazy athleticism, crazy lower body strength. Just having that man on your defensive line is going to be having a monster up the middle. I guess that's all I could say about it. And the Giants, while we are in need of some defensive line help, obviously we're not going to draft one in the first round, but whatever team gets him, I'm having a feeling like the Raiders or the Chargers or somebody like that, they're going to gain somebody day one that's going to come in and wreck shop, both in the running game and in the passing game. It's going to be amazing to have him on there. But in regards to the Giants, of course, since it's a Giants channel, the two players specifically that really had great combines were Ikem Ekwonu, who had such a good combine, and this was kind of in conjunction with the fact that Evan Neal, his running mate for that first overall pick for going in the top 5, both of them are kind of neck and neck in this point. Evan Neal elected not to work out at the combine. He did do his measurements, he weighed in, he got his arm length in there and stuff like that, but he did not participate in any of the drills. Now, because of those two factors and Evan Neal sort of blowing everybody out of the water, let me just pull up real quick. He measured at 6'4", 310 pounds. He had a 34-inch wingspan, which is a great wingspan, and he ran a 4.93 40-yard dash, which for some reason I cannot find a 10-yard split, because it seems websites don't realize when it comes to offensive linemen and even defensive linemen, edge rushers at some point, it's the 10-yard split that matters, because that's kind of the one that correlates more to their explosiveness off the line of scrimmage, kind of like that first step and things like that. It's not a great measurement of it, but it's what you got, right? But no website kind of provides you with that 10-yard split, unfortunately. But Ikem Ekwonu is not being talked about at number 1 overall to the Jacksonville Jaguars, which is crazy, because I really thought he would be a legitimate option for the Giants at number 5. He might not be there at this point, right? If he goes, hey, maybe Evan Neal drops to us, I'll take Evan Neal. We'll see. But it's very possible that both Evan Neal and Ikem Ekwonu goes within the top 5, which would leave the Giants in a tough spot looking for a right tackle. And then another person that sort of blew up at the combine as well was Travon Walker, the edge rusher out of Georgia. And this man, I don't think blow up is the perfect term to use for him, more like skyrocket, because he was somebody being mocked in the teens, talked about as like maybe an edge 5 for this edge group. Now you got some people legitimately saying he could go above Aiden Hutchinson, which is crazy talk to me. Let's calm it down. The dude, massive athletic profile, as usual with these Georgia edge rushers. This is nothing new. As the Giants and as Giants fans, we should know about Georgia edge rushers. We took 2 of them in the past 4 years, for crying out loud. Most of them have the same athletic profile. I'm not saying they're the same player, but they got the same athletic profile. That's what is making Travon Walker climb the boards. And because of his athletic profile at Georgia, he was allowed to do a lot of things. They moved him around, not just at edge rusher. I believe they put him inside a couple of times. He was definitely dropping back into coverage a couple times, and that was reflected in one of the on-field drills this past weekend as well. People were just completely, they were stupefied by how well he was moving on the field for a guy at 272, I believe is where he weighs in. He had a 4.51 40-yard dash as well. Once again, at his size, that's amazing, and you're right up there with some running backs. Even potentially some receivers are running 4.5 40-yard times. He has great length. He does have some strength to him. And I'm not saying he's a bad edge rusher without a doubt. He's a great edge rusher. I think he could be a really good edge defender at the NFL level. I just think that people are overhyping and overrating the combine. Also, if we go back in like the past 3 or 4 drafts and look at how the combine has quote unquote affected or made people go above where they were projected to go before the combine, with 2 popular examples, we could see it's kind of false. Christian Wirfs in 2020 had that great combine. That's when people started to notice him more and talk about him more. He still ended up going as the 4th tackle taken off the board. In 2018, Josh Allen, this is one people love to use even more. They say that it's because of the combine he had that Josh Allen ended up going inside the top 10 or top 15. I think he was 9th overall. I can't remember exactly. That's false. A simple Google advanced search, which I'll try and pop on the screen right now, will show you that before the combine, Josh Allen was talked about as a top 10 player in the NFL draft in 2018. So it does not have as much an effect as people would like to believe. And this goes for Ikem as well. It kind of goes for all players. They had great performances. Teams already have where these guys are going. Teams already have off of game fill, off the Senior Bowl, off of several things that come before the combine. They have their own scouting report on these guys. And the combine, like I said, is used to kind of solidify that. Very rarely does it really change where they're going. I know on live TV, Peter Traeger said that he had text saying that this guy could go above Aiden Hutchinson. That's not happening. Aiden Hutchinson, without a doubt, is the best edge rusher in this class, edge defender, whatever you want to call the position. And it's not, the only person that comes close is Kayvon Thibodeaux. And we'll talk about him as well, because I think the Kayvon Thibodeaux talk is getting a little out of hand with about him dropping to the Giants and whatnot. The guy is too good. You want to talk about the combine solidifying your draft prospect? Kayvon Thibodeaux went out there, had a great 40 dash, had he didn't participate in any on the field drills, I'm pretty sure. But what he did on the combine only solidified that he's going in the top 5 for me. Travon Walker's stock, it rise a little bit. I don't think he's going top 5, just to put that Aiden Hutchinson talk out of the water without a case. I don't even know why I'm talking about it. We shouldn't be having this conversation. Now, him going top 10, I still think it's a stretch. I really still do think it's a stretch. He's getting close to there, but I think he's a guy that's going to go in that 11 to 15 range. And in terms of where his edge rushing ranking changes for me, it doesn't really change that much. Like, my top 5 remains the same. For those of you that don't know, I have Aiden Hutchinson as edge 1, Kayvon Thibodeaux as edge 2, George Karlaftis as edge 3, David Ojabo as edge 4, Jermaine Johnson as edge 5. And that's another thing people are kind of forgetting. Both Ojabo and Johnson were at the combine. Both Ojabo and Johnson, they had good combines, not blow you out the water combines like Travon Walker did, but they had good combines. Jermaine Johnson specifically is continuing this like kind of steam powered engine of a momentum train that he has going since the Senior Bowl. Actually, not even since the Senior Bowl, since the college football season ended. These guys didn't do anything to make their stock drop. They just did things to solidify where they're going, once again, in my opinion. And then right after those guys, I got Travon Walker. Now, can he be an edge 4 or edge 5? Definitely. I can definitely see that happening. Is an edge 4 or edge 5 going in the top 10? I don't know about that. I don't know about to the Giants either. I wouldn't like if the Giants were to take Travon Walker in the top 10. If we traded down and got him, which I think it's possible, just like I think it's possible to trade down and get Tyler Linderbaum, I'm all for it. Trade down and get David Ojabo, I'm all for it. Trade down and get Jermaine Johnson, I'm all for it. But with the Giants and Travon Walker, please do not buy into the Kool-Aid. I'm not saying he's not great. I'm not saying that he's not a great edge rusher, that he's not a great college prospect. What I am saying, though, is that he is being overhyped right now. He is being overhyped. And he's going to need a little bit of development when he comes to the NFL level, as every other Georgia edge rusher does. But don't take him at 5 or 7. That's way too high. You also got to focus on the contract as well, right? Like, trade down, if not for the fact that if you're a person that believes he's worth that pick, trade down to make his contract less of a problem, But that's what I got to talk about today. You guys let me know what you think. I was seeing a lot of crazy stuff being said on Twitter, even in these articles, and I think I popped up a couple of quotes throughout the video. Put your thoughts down below. Let me know what you think. How did the combine affect the Giants, I guess, draft strategy and just where players are being mocked and whatnot? Like, share, subscribe, and I'm out. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Thank you for checking out my channel, The Hub, here on Giants YouTube. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you hear every time I put out a video. Like it, share, and subscribe, and I'm out.